Your leaders don't become leaders unless you lead them. And that takes time. Okay? Now, if you've got that kind of time, if you've got to be putting your time into your team, you don't have time to learn programming languages. How to build websites. How to how to create and write articles. So what do you need? Okay, so you need leverage. And the question is, how do you get it? How do you get it? With limited time and resources. Now, on the webinar the other night, we answered that question, and actually that's what I spent the bulk of the time talking about is, well, where do you get that leverage and how do you do it? Okay, you get that leverage by a word that begins with an O, and the word is outsourcing. Now, none of you need to be apprehensive or scared about what this word could mean and about what this could mean for your business. Outsourcing is a very important component of what it is that you're going to do. A very important component. And done right, what you'll have is you'll have the time to do what you do best. You'll have the motivation to do what you like. And everything else you pay someone to do. Now, here's the thing. If you were to walk into a McDonald's, okay, or any business, you typically will not find the owner there. The person that you'll find there is a manager. But it's rare to find the owner. And that is pretty much where you want to be. You want to have that rare, you want to be that rarity in addition where you don't want to work in your business, you want to work on your business. So outsourcing will allow you to do that. And for the rest of the training, one of the things that I want you to be thinking about is that you do not need to think about doing everything, even though everything I'm going to talk about, you need to make sure it's done. So how do you make sure all of this gets done without doing it? Well, you make sure that you get it to someone who can. And when I talked about outsourcing, I really did want everyone to understand exactly what that meant in a visual sense. So what I'm going to do here is what I did on the webinar, which is to pull up a web browser. And we're going to go to this site. Called Scriptlance. Very interesting site. Now, you don't necessarily have to know everything, but here's something I'm going to show you. I'm going to click on View My Projects. And here's something interesting. If you'll see right here at the top, you'll notice that I have a project here called WordPress Revolution Theme Work. Okay, let's go ahead and click on that project. I'm going to scroll down, and here's what it says. It says basically that this is a simple job for somebody who knows WordPress, okay, and that if you can get the project done, pretty much I'll pay you. Okay, and I gave the person a budget, right? And I said it doesn't have to be search engine optimized, and that they would be doing it here, and I gave them the web address. Now, basically, here's a team site that I wanted to have a nice look. Okay, I didn't want to pay an arm and a leg, but I wanted what I wanted. Okay, so now just so you'll know, one of the sessions upcoming, I'm going to actually show you how to manage an outsourcing project, and I'm doing this because this is the most important thing in getting traffic, because you have to decide whether or not you're going to do everything or not, and everything that you can't do or you don't want to do, you need to think about how to outsource it properly. So I'm going to be talking about this throughout the course, and one part of every webinar I'm going to be talking about how to get it done or how to outsource it, not how you need to do it all. So here's my team site. Let's hope it loads up today. Okay, so here's my team site. Now it's not necessarily, it's not a masterpiece, but it's effective. Okay, and so basically I took a very complicated WordPress theme, and I worked with a gentleman on Scriptlance, and he did it for the price that you see. I worked together with him on Skype, and he did it exactly the way I wanted it. He put it together in the way that I wanted to put together. And although I could do this, right? I'm capable of doing this. This isn't something that I can't do. This was the best. It was actually very good for me to spend this money in order to have this done. Okay, because then that freed me up to do other things. Then within a day or so, my team had a site, right? Before and after pictures. They hooked up my Flickr site to it. Put a YouTube video in there. My email sign up list for my team. Some other sections for announcements, showcases. Everything is there for my team to have everything that they need. As a matter of fact, if you're even contemplating being bigger than us four no more in terms of your team, then you want to you want to start thinking about your team site. Now, you may or may not want to have one built. This might not be worth the money to you. It was worth the money to me. So here's something that needed to be done. Here's something that distinguishes our team from another team, and here's what the final bid was. Right now, I'm actually going to show you in the next webinar exactly how you go about picking somebody to do this. Okay, but this can be done, and this is something that we did. So if you can understand the power of outsourcing, that is the most important lesson that we're going to have in this session. Because again, this is a business. Okay, so you don't want to start out treating this like a job. So if you want to build out your internet marketing so that you can get people to your site, so that you'll have more people to determine who the leaders are. You have to do that, and you've got to work. You need to